You're listening to Purple and Gold Stream, your home of Los Angeles Lakers.
Laker fans, what's going on? Lakers at another overtime game, and this time against Oklahoma City Thunder. And this game we played without Anthony Davis and Alex Caruso in the lineup. Lakers came up with a victory, 119-112. A lot of credit goes to the bench tonight. Lakers bench outscored the Thunder's bench. A lot of points, 56-21. The player of the game goes to LeBron James. He scored 28 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists, third triple-double of the season. And Montrezl Harrell, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Was very productive off the bench, 9 for 14 from the field. Very consistent. A bench effort for 2 straight games. One against Detroit, now against the Thunder. I'll take a look at the highlights just in the overtime game, and I'll explain a little bit more much in the detail. So Lakers score a lot of points in the paint. They allow a lot of points in the paint as well, 64-60. And the fast break point, 23-3, so Lakers advantage. Of course, turnover was another problem for Lakers, 15 turnovers. But luckily, Thunder only scored 15 points off their 15 turnovers, and Lakers scored 17 points off the 12 Thunder turnovers. I give a lot of credit, as I mentioned earlier, I give a lot of credit to the bench production tonight, including Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and Wesley Matthews was on fire. He was hitting 4 threes out of 5, very productive off the bench. But I'm very impressed with the way we played our bench. Kyle Kuzma grabbed another double-digit rebound with 11 points and 10 rebounds. He had a couple defensive stops. And I gotta give a lot of credit to Derek Schroeder, how he played against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the overtime game. Very impressive. He made a couple defensive stops over SGA. SG was very hot tonight, which ended with 29 points. It was the one guy that was like racking clue for it against us. And then Derek Schroeder, just came up big. Was hitting a lot of free throws, the crucial free throws, and was getting some stops. Very impressed the way Derek Schroeder is playing his defense for the last couple games, and we want to see him doing that again on Wednesday. So my take on this game, of course, Lakers were sloppy. They came out really sloppy in the first quarter. They were down as many as 17 points against the Thunder, a team that nobody really give much credit this season, but they're pretty decent. The record tells you it's 10-12 coming into this game. They were a couple games off that 8th place in the Western Conference. Nobody really picked them to make the playoff or noise in the playoff. But the way they lost their rosters last season, Chris Paul, Steven Adams, all these crucial pieces they lost with Gallinari, they're still able to hang around and beat some top teams in the West. And very impressed the way they play against the Lakers tonight. They look like they're gonna take this game. They led as much as 11 points in this game. Lakers only had 7 points, was their biggest lead. Didn't have any lead changes, no games tied in this game. It was all about Thunder or either Lakers getting the stop in the overtime, because Thunder were ice cold. They didn't score much in the overtime. They were pretty much ice cold. They weren't hitting anything in the cylinder. The Lakers are lucky to come away with the victory without Anthony Davis on the lineup. And we lost a focal bench player like Alex Caruso, who's very defensive-minded player that could help us down the stretch. And we're playing Thunder again on Wednesday. We'll see how the lineup change will happen again with the Anthony Davis possibly coming back. But if the one guy we have to rest, it's got to be LeBron James. Look how many minutes he played against Detroit, 45 minutes. And again tonight he played 42 minutes with a 36-year-old body. I don't know how long the LeBron can maintain his balance the way he's playing right now, he definitely need to get some rest. I mean, out of all the rosters we have, he's the guy who played the most minutes tonight, and he was very productive. Of course, he ended up with a triple double and +8 on the floor. I'm just impressed if anyone who you see watch Lakers LeBron play this season. It's just very impressive. His 36-year-old body and playing like 28-year-old. The way he played with the Miami Heat, he hasn't slowed down a bit. But when you see him play in the overtime, like against Detroit Pistons, he was very fatigued. He had that fatigue issue with his leg was getting tired. So I think we need to rest him at least one game or two games, you know, just to give him a little energy a boost. Because I understand that we're excited to see him on the floor. That basically LeBron without LeBron James, our team is probably not gonna make far as we have right now. But just let AD play for a little bit and get himself into a rhythm. So it looks like this season he's bothered with the Achilles tendinitis. That's the reason why he's out for this game. But hopefully, AD will be able to find a way to recover his fully, and then when it comes to playoff time, we have a full rested lineup. But season's still long. We haven't even done the half of the season. Lakers are 19-6 right now. They're just half game behind Utah Jazz for the first place in the NBA. So that's my take tonight. I just hope the Lakers rest LeBron on Wednesday, so then we'll see how the lineup will go. But I just want to see how Lakers play without LeBron James for one game. We have enough firepower off the bench, and the starting lineup isn't bad either. With Schroeder and Anthony Davis could be the focal offensive, player. And then we have Harold, Kuzma, and Wesley Matthew come off the bench. And I think that's enough to really handle Thunder, a team that's not very strong in the league. All right, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. All right, Mamba out.